Greetings. I'm currently coming to you on a highly defective piece of equipment. It probably has the audio quality of a toaster, um, but it's Halloween here, and it's a special time of year, and I feel that's worth mentioning. And I'm here, and I'm drawing my new comic, Get Dippy. I'm actively in the process of drawing Get Dippy. It's right here. Get Dippy is it's quite the comic. This is page 1 of issue 2. Yep. Not sure the camera's picking me up. Anyway, that's what I'm up to currently. So I'm just going to keep drawing here until someone pops on. Okay. This is what I'm on currently. It's it's based on the Moody Blues song off what's it called? I forget what the album is called, but the one about the cycle of the days. Past and future. No, Days of Future Past. That's it, right? I don't know. Maybe I can see. Shoot. Did I tell you this thing had the capacity of a potato? Anyway, keep saying I have to lock the orientation, but If I could somehow set this up so you can see what I'm drawing, that might be somewhat convenient. Then again, I don't really want to give away any spoilers as to what it is I'm drawing. I don't want to spoil future issues of Get Dippy for you. That wouldn't be much fun, would it? 5 minutes. Did I mention this thing has the resilience of a potato? It's that blue light. Whatever. Okay. There. It's very calming to draw while listening to music. That's how I prefer to draw. I don't prefer to write listening to music, but I do prefer to draw listening to music because drawing is sort of a more subconscious activity. It requires less conscious uh, participation. So it's nice to have some music while you're drawing. Yeah. I'm currently big into this font. I'm not sure if it's actually a font, or if it's just something I like doing. But I like creating curves on the ends of the letters. It gives it a very psychedelic edge, I find. Um, I guess it's just a calligraphical choice or something. I'm sure there's a font that's like that, but provides a lot of freedom. There we go. Still nobody there. Well, that's good. Everyone's out celebrating Halloween, as it should be. I don't even really know why I'm here. Hmm. You ever do that? It's pretty fun. Part of me wants to put the waning and waxing cycles of the moon on here horizontally to kind of keep in touch with the Moody Blues type theme, but part of me thinks that'd be too obvious. But it'd be nice with the black and white motif. I don't know. I've kind of given up on trying to get Dippy. I'll probably do that a bit later. But it's nice to work on a small print like this. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Why not? Peak air. Peak air. How's that song go? It's a good song. I'm amazed that people only listen to the Beatles. Beatles suck ass. Moody Blues are cool. May as well pay tribute to the Moody Blues here on this little drawing here. Days of Future Past, is that it? Not exactly Halloween themed, but I don't generally celebrate Inktober or anything like that because I keep drawing so often that I don't really need to. So it's not like I need an event like Inktober to get me productive when it comes to drawing or anything. I'm just generally kind of a very productive drawer, so to speak. There we go. 2 of that. Yeah. Just like that. Yep. Okay. Moon cycles. Now we're cooking. Oh yeah. Love me some good moon cycles. It's good symbology. It's a good symbolism here. That looks nice. Yes. And stalagmites here at the bottom. I've been drawing those a lot ever since Dr. Moss issue 3, which will be out soon. Keep your eyes out for it. Oh, we got one viewer. How goes? I'm not sure how I can see the Live chat. Live chat. All messages visible. Oh, cool. Hello. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you and yours. Do you have any questions? Anything you'd like to add to the stream? This is my first live stream in about 3 years, so it doesn't happen too often. I figured the season was right. It's a very interesting month, a very interesting week. Let's see. Stupid. Yes, happy Halloween. I'm here in the basement of Hooked on Colfax, one of Denver's proprietary coffee establishments. I don't drink coffee, and they only have coffee here, but it's a very nice place to come to get some good old drawing done. So this is my new sketch, Peak Hour. I'm trying to flesh this out. I find that more and more these days, my prints tend to err towards the side of kind of a pop art type sensibility, and I find there's not enough of that in contemporary art. Like, you can even make something very colorful in black and white, if that makes sense, if you have the right approach. You take the right sort of bubbly look to it. As far as music goes, I like synths, but as far as art goes, I really like the Warhol type school of design. I'm big into that. I like that type thing. Factory and all of that. That's what I'm after. I'm getting over a cold or something. But other than that, plan for a fantastic Halloween. There's this band that was like, oh, you want to do our Halloween show? You want to open for our Halloween show? I'm like, yes, I'd love to. And then like 5 days ago, they're like, oh, sorry, we didn't have control over who opened for us. And it's like, why would you agree to a show where you don't have control over who opens for you? That just seems dumb in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't play a show. I mean, I'd play a show for someone else if they wanted me to open for them, but I wouldn't play a show. I absolutely would not play a show where I didn't get to choose who opened for me, but I was like the main act. That's just stupid. Like, I want to choose, who's playing music with me. The only time I ever had a show where I didn't get to choose who opened for me was the first show I ever had, and it was like some guitar girl and some guitar guy, and their music totally didn't mesh with mine. Like, it's just totally freaking different. So I'm never doing that again. I'm only playing shows. If it's my show, I'm going to control who opens for me. I think more bands should do that. They should have more control over their shows. Too many bands locally are like managed by these like production type agencies and middlemen and shit. And I just think that really breaks the whole cycle down, so to speak. It's not good for local music, and more bands should just take agency and control over their own shows. I mean, it's not like anyone, actually cares or anything. Let's see. Any questions? Any new questions from the Peanut Gallery? I'm recording this on some very defective equipment, so apologies if the microphone is terrible. I'm sure it is. I'll replay this back later and see how the audio quality is, but hope you're enjoying the look here. Is Get Dippy issue 2, the new one, and I'm going to start working on issue 3 right here. But issue 2's out now, actually. It just came out yesterday. I'm very, very excited about it because it's good stuff. It's got all the dip you like. It's got all the dippy elements. It's Happy Halloween. Right here behind me, I guess I can pick it up. This is some kind of animal skeleton here. They had a haunted house down here a couple days ago. I was lucky enough to be down here when it was full haunted house mode, and it was fantastic. And I really hope they do that again next year, because I am definitely coming down here to check it out. But they have they have skeletons lying around. There's a spider over there. You can see him. It's pretty cute. Spiders are my favorite. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Some kind of fish or something. But it's a fantastic little prop. And, I like a place that does it up for Halloween. I think Halloween is a holiday worth honoring. there isn't going to be a Halloween special or anything this year, so this live stream's the closest that you get to that. Yeah, spiders. There was actually when this was a haunted house down here, there was a whole spider themed room, and it was like there was all sorts of spiders, and um, there was one room that was like themed around like creepy dolls, and there was a Ouija board in it, and then there was one with body bags, and there was like a cauldron of green goop down here. It was fantastic. Um, I like a place that does it up for Halloween. I really do. But it still looks decently gothic now, and at least they kept that. Oh no, there's two spiders. There's the other one might be off camera slightly, but huh. Do you have any questions about Get Dippy or anything like that? Any current comics coming out of Nicholas Comics? Any current projects of mine you can ask? This is the first time I've been live in any capacity online in like that's been like 2 years, 1.5 years, ever since the Nicholas Comics Q&A ended. I've never actually. I have done I think one YouTube live stream before, but it's very rare. I might do more of them. It just has to be that I'm alone down here, so I'm not bothering anyone else with the noise, so to speak. But it's kind of nice. And I really do like the quiet down here. It's just nice to block the world out, So it goes. Well, I'm glad I got some viewers anyway. That's nice. It's a good Halloween. All things before, I definitely have. I certainly have. I'd maybe put this like mid-tier type Halloween. I'm gonna show you around because it is interesting. Spiders. These are the two spiders here. Yeah, spider 1, spider 2 over there. Nice big and furry freaking spider here. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be a tarantula. And then there's some little ones too. These were here. I don't think they've actually moved these, but these were hanging from the ceiling. And these are just like transparent white standard variety spiders. And then these old type paintings are always here, like all year round. That might be Colfax actually. I don't know what Colfax looks like. I've never seen the guy. I do know there's like a Denver guy and a Colfax guy. They're named after people, but Denver was a governor of Kansas. He wasn't actually from Denver. James W. Denver. And then you got a skull here, chain, like a burb, and another skull, more skulls, all on this bookshelf. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's the thought that matters, really. It's the thought that counts ultimately when it comes to. And then there's this skeleton over here. It was a lot more back when it was like full on haunted house mode. Really, they should have kept the haunted house up until Halloween. I'd expect there to be like maximum haunted house vibes today of whole days, but it was up about what 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago, and it was great. It was really fun, and there's no charge for admission or anything because this basement is just supposed to be like people come down here and study and shit. So you literally like work or study or whatever in the haunted house, presumably just like sipping a coffee. It's great. Starbucks doesn't have anything like that. About 2 blocks that way, there's a Starbucks and it's closed because Starbucks is currently going through bankruptcy and a lot of economic troubles. And I think that's ultimately good because I've never been inside a Starbucks in my fucking life. Like, I don't drink coffee. I don't. I think it's really bad for my sleep cycle. My sleep cycle's fucked up enough as it is. I stay up till like 2 a.m. I'm sure I could stay up all night if I was chugging coffee because caffeine does that to your system. But ultimately, I think if you're gonna go somewhere where they're like serving coffee, at least go someplace cool. Don't go to like fucking Starbucks. I don't even get who goes to Starbucks. I don't have a caffeine dependency at all. That's one of the things I'm very proud of. Because some people do, some people don't treat it like a drug. I really do. I really don't think I could produce my best work while on caffeine. But I don't hold against anyone who does if they're like tired or they really need to cram or they have a lot of work that they absolutely need to get done. But I don't really think you can be like peaceful and drawing comics. I can't imagine too many cartoonists probably drink coffee. Maybe like essay writers or something. But as far as comics go, like, yeah, don't fill your system up with caffeine. Horrible advice. Anyone who says you need and it's like just as much as I did consider getting a double shot latte today, just because I'm kind of bored and it would be nice to have something to drink down here, but ultimately, like, if they're going to just let me sit down here, yeah, I like sitting down here, and it's a very nice spot. I would like to support it financially, like if they just offered like juice or something. It's the same with a lot of bars I go to. Same thing with coffee shops. They should have juice, more soda. There are so many interesting drinks besides caffeinated or alcoholic. I mean, I drink soda like fucking crazy. I know it has a lot of caffeine, a lot of sugar too. Um, but I can just justify it. I just don't like the taste of coffee. Maybe that's it. That's probably it. I just don't like the fucking taste of coffee. It tastes like shit. I don't like bitter things. Um, anyway, currently the big deal is I was considering going live on Instagram, but I guess, that stupid app I made a video about recently. That stupid app doesn't let me go live on there. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'd rather go live on YouTube, honestly. I have a more dedicated audience here. Um, and yeah, and I've never, like I said, I think one other time I've ever gone live on YouTube, but it can be fun. I have nothing against it. It's just my my computer doesn't have a webcam built into it, so it's very rare I have access to like functional video equipment. If someone comes down here, I'm gonna end the stream. I don't think anyone even knows really that like this basement exists. Everyone just stays up there. It's kind of impressive actually, like how secret this fucking basement is. It's kind of neat, honestly. It's a very you know it's a Denver thing. Okay, arrows. What else is kind of pop art? I like drawing circles inside arrows. I find arrows are a really recurring motif in my work. I find. I don't know why. Maybe there's something directional about it. Maybe it signifies intent. And of course, they're very common on neon signs and the like. So that could be it too. I've probably seen lots of arrows in my time. Here we go. Yeah, a nice oblong rectangle. That's what I'm talking about. Do I ever go to Wide Right and watch the roast battle? I don't know what that is. What is that? Explain further. What is Wide Right? I've never heard of that. Is that a Denver thing? I imagine there's a lot of Denver things that I haven't heard of. I've probably heard of like 75% of the actual Denver things, maybe 50% of the manufactured touristy Denver things. But I haven't heard of Oh, no, I'm not so big into the comedy scene here. I'd like to be. There was a time when I actually attempted breaking into stand up, and I think I was pretty decent at it. I went to an open mic, but the comedy open mic, the only one I've seen here, and I think this is kind of the norm. They give you 5 minutes to tell a joke in, and I think for a really satisfying joke, like for the really good ones, like Bill Hicks and George Carlin in them. You know, they can really draw a joke out with like a very intricate setup and punchline. And I mean, if someone can do that in 5 minutes, I would respect that. But it takes me at least 10 minutes to have a really like diverse set. So, and the strange thing is, the music open mics always let you do 10 minutes. That's like the standard. But for the comedy open mics, it's 5 minutes. And I don't understand that. If anything, they should give you 15 minutes at the comedy open mic, especially among like a crowd of beginners. I was a little better than everyone who was there, but like most of the jokes sucked. And I feel like if they just gave everyone like 15 minutes, like it could be way more like worked on and developed. Wide right roast battle seems really fun to watch live. Maybe it seems fun to watch live. I know there's Comedy Works here, and I'm sure the stand-up comedians here get quite a bit of recognition and notoriety. I'm sure they make a lot of money. I mean, I see stand-up comedians every now and again at the open mics I go to, which are the music open mics, but they technically let stand-up comedians go also. My main gripe with stand-up comedy is that I think it's replaced the importance of sketch comedy in modern American culture. I think both need to happen for like a functional comedy ecosystem, and I think there are too many narcissists in stand-up comedy currently who feel like they're like the comedy king or the comedy messiah. Oh, I'm so funny, everyone has to listen to me. It's just kind of indulgent, and I prefer sketch comedy. I prefer Carol Burnett show, fucking Saturday Night Live, In Living Color. I love that shit because it's 5 minutes. As much as I like to watch George Carlin go on for like an hour, and I think that's cool. Because he's George Carlin and he can handle an hour. I don't think everyone is necessarily qualified to handle an hour of material where it's just them into stage. So I like props. I like sets. I like some effort built into it. Probably my least favorite sketch comedy is Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. I think it's poorly written, and the jokes are way too. It's very rough. Turn On is better, actually. Turn On is better than Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. But the gold standard's SNL, and I think any comedian worth their salt should take a page from SNL and make comedy like that, and less like more like Mr. Show or the Ben Stiller Show. The Ben Stiller Show. Actually, I'd say the Ben Stiller Show is my gold standard for what sketch comedy can achieve if it's like really ironed out. That's the best sketch comedy show ever made. The Ben Stiller Show. 13 episodes. The best sketch comedy show. Better than Mr. Show, better than the Andy Dick Show, all the spin-offs. The Ben Stiller Show literally has no equal. It's marvelous. In terms of local comedy, I know that there's only two comedians that regularly go to any open mic I'm at, and one of them is this really cool guy. He makes great jokes about like the 15 bus and 5 points and all these great local references that I totally get and are very, very funny. And you can tell that he really plays into the local atmosphere and attitude. He's great. The other one is this New Yorker who just literally makes jokes about like, you Coloradans love the outdoors. And I'm like, I'm in a city, bitch. I'm in Denver. I'm in a metropolitan area. And this guy comes off as like the most smug, pretentious asshole. And I don't think anyone actually likes him or his jokes. I know he makes a lot more. Like I'm sure he guest spots at Comedy Works all the time. His jokes are terrible. His whole routine is just like, I'm from New York. It's the most diverse place in the world. Denver's plenty diverse. If you live here, you notice. I don't like that, the New York attitude that it's like a really diverse place. I don't buy that. I've been places. I see diversity all around. I don't think New York's the most diverse place. I think to actually be diverse, you can't all be from like 300 square feet of land. That's not diversity. It's diverse to have Denverites, Californians, Texans, New Yorkers even. Lots of different types of people from lots of different cities. It's not diverse to have a bunch of different people in one city that all like homogenize into one glob of pretentious New Yorkers. I don't really think that's diversity. And it's just a very played out routine. I'm not so big into that guy. I think he could stand to work on his act and maybe observe more about Denver. Like if he's going to live here, he may as well start making jokes that actually make sense within like a cultural context and are actually funny to the people he's telling them to. Because once you leave New York and you're in Denver now, start making Denver type jokes and stop hanging on to that New York facet of yourself. That's what I say. I have nothing against people moving here, but if you move here, start giving a shit about Denver. If you don't give a shit about Denver, Denver's not for you. That's just how it is. Denver's an environment that you need to be invested in. You need to give a shit about. There aren't really half measures with Denver. I take Denver stuff very seriously because I respect its capacity as a formative environment, which is something I think a lot of people really fail to do. And I find weird because it's been around for 100 plus years. There's no reason it shouldn't be respected as a city and a place where people are changed and interact with their environment and grow. I think it needs to start being treated like that. I'm kind of done with disrespect towards Denver. I don't really take that. I like this type font where it's projected from the sides. That's nice. Once you get into 3D fonts, when you're like a pro at calligraphy, you can do stuff like that. That's nice. I like that quite a bit. Any new questions? Live chat. I would like Brody Stevens. I probably would. I like Bill Hicks, George Carlin. I mean, I can't name too many. It's not often I get the urge to watch an entire comedy special. But if the hook is really good, if the opening joke is really good, I can be convinced to stick around. Because I have a very long attention span. So, yeah. I just really I don't like the Netflix crowd so much. I would prefer if there was a modern day successor to Bill Hicks. I like that nice grimy backstage type feel. I like that kind of raw, unfiltered presence he has going on. I think the Netflix type comedians are way too clean, way too manicured, and there's no direction to them. There's no real bite. And I think we could use more comedians like Bill Hicks in the modern day. Certainly, if there were more stand-up comedians like Bill Hicks, I'd be watching more stand-up comedy. Anyway, this is peak hour as it currently stands. Work in progress here. Fascinating. Whenever I hold the paper to the camera, it creates kind of a blue light effect, and then it fades. I'm not sure if that will show up on playback, but yeah, see? Blue, and then kind of a blue tinge, then it fades. Weird. That's a weird effect. Any of you out there got any more questions for me? I'm going to pop off in about 20 minutes. I'd like to make this an hour-long live stream. Apparently, there are some restrictions placed on people who have less than 1,000 subscribers. That might include only being able to record for an hour. I don't know. The audio quality on this thing is probably horrible. It's probably very bad audio quality. I should do more of this. It's fun. Have any of you ever seen the Raw Time bit, the Old Goth public access show? That's a great video. In fact, I might watch it right after this because it's probably a good Halloween watch. But I really like the public access show with the goth girl who like insults everyone who calls her. Or she doesn't insult all of them. Some people call in to ask what song is up next. But that's a very cool clip. I like that a lot. That's a good Halloween watch. I don't know. Every year when it comes to be Halloween, I think I should pop on some spooky music and I should watch at least one horror movie. And I gotta do all this, but I can never really decide what horror movie to watch because there's so many good ones. And with Christmas, it's like there's not that many good ones, but like Halloween, it's like every horror movie's like what do I watch? Um, Maybe I'll watch Suspiria. I like Suspiria. Not the remake. The remake's crap. The remake's shit. Dario Argento, the original, that's the good one. Remake shit. I don't get what people like about the remake. That one's ass. And Dario Argento is just the kind of masterful director that Luca Guano or whatever his name is really can't hope to touch. That's what I say. Original Suspiria, maybe the greatest horror movie ever made. Up there with The Shining, definitely. Like those are the top two, and I have a difficult time choosing which because they are legitimately capable of instilling fear in me, which is something no other horror movies are able to do. The Shining and Suspiria, those two can. Others really can't. Suspiria remake, there's no way that's actually scary to me. It doesn't inspire fear. Um, Original Suspiria, that shit's scary. And it has a female protagonist, and it's in English, so even if... Annoying. Um, Stupid phone. Even if you don't know Italian and you think you don't like foreign movies, you will like Suspiria because it's in English. Dario Argento movies, at least I think it's in English. Maybe it's a dub. Well, no, because the main character is American. I'm pretty sure it was released in English, but I mean, maybe the Italian actors talk in Italian and dubs over that. I'm sure, obviously, for the Italian release, they probably dubbed over the American girl with an Italian voice. But the normal cut, all I've seen is like it's in English, so you really have no reason not to watch it. If you're not into foreign movies, like if you're not into Ingrid Bergman or Jean-Luc Godard, I get it. If you're not into fucking Dario Argento, get your head out of your ass and start watching some fucking Suspiria. And once you watch Suspiria, that's a nice entry point. That's a nice gateway into the master of horror. Because I do consider Dario Argento the world's greatest living horror director. Because George A. Romero's dead. Freaking, I guess David Cronenberg's still around, but Dario Argento is better than David Cronenberg. As much as I hate to say that, Dario Argento, his movies, when stacked up against David Cronenberg's, Dario Argento's are better. So start with Suspiria. That's my advice. And then go for Deep Red. I would say, yeah, definitely Deep Red next. Because it has that great theme song by Goblin, which I think is better than the Suspiria theme song. And then after that, you should watch Opera. You should watch Tenebrae, Four Flies, all that. I mean, just go all in. At that point, you may as well just go full force right into that Dario Argento territory. And watch. I forget if it's called Black Glasses or Dark Glasses now. I think it's called Dark Glasses. Originally, it was called Black Glasses. But the new one about the prostitute, it's great. It's a really, really good return to form. Anyone who shits on it is fucking dumb. Anyone who hates Black Glasses is stupid. That's way better than the Suspiria remake. Not even necessarily because the Suspiria remake fails at atmosphere or anything, but just because Black Glasses is an original fucking story that hasn't been done before and has an interesting premise. And Suspiria, the remake, is just the same exact story as the original, but like done worse. So would you prefer an original story directed by the greatest living horror filmmaker of our time, or would you prefer a remake of one of the best horror movies ever made that's worse in like every conceivable aspect? I really don't like the Suspiria remake. I saw it when it came out theatrically, and it was very, very bad. There's nobody even currently on. I'm just talking to myself here, but I figured that is worth mentioning, that the Suspiria remake is shit. I don't think I've ever actually God, I'm filming on a potato here. I don't think I've ever actually mentioned that. I probably did once, but the Suspiria remake is like shit. It's a very, very bad remake. Um, what other terrible remakes have been? I mean, there's the Grudge remake. There's Rings. I know there's some other ones of like horror movies, um, and just movies in general. Alien Romulus. That's a sequel. But yeah, the new Suspiria is like, why even make that? It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I can't believe I actually kind of liked it when I saw it theatrically, but the more the years pass, I just kind of realize what a horrendous error that is, and how we all owe like a serious fucking apology to Dario Argento, because he's a good director, and he make I'll give this like maybe what was it he directed? Dracula 3D. Was it Dracula 3D or Dracula 3000? I think Dracula 3D. I mean, that's not so good. Maybe the one just called Giallo isn't so good. Once you start naming your movies after the genre of movie it is, it's not so good anymore. I haven't seen either of those, but Black Glasses, for the record, is good and deserves to be recognized as one of the best of the decade. Not just horror movies, but movies generally. It's very good. It's very atmospheric. It's a lot of fun, and it's good to see Dario Argento still at it, because he's a good director. Wonderful. The Italians know what's up. I like Mario Bava too, but as far as Giallo goes, you really just can't beat Dario. Like he's on top. Anyway, I'll add like two more things to this. So I got 13 more minutes. It's been a good live stream here. I'll probably keep this up. I was thinking of just deleting it if nobody popped on, but you came through. And I might start doing this more often. Who knows? If it's a really infrequent day down here, or I guess I could set it up wherever. It's just a matter of audio quality, and I figure it's pretty quiet down here, so the mic probably picks up most of what I'm saying. Um, I don't know, but I'll see. I'll think about it. I will consider it. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers currently, over 900. Just a little milestone, and then I'm there. Then I'm YouTube fucking royalty. That's what I say. It's gonna be exciting. I'm very excited for that. Some kind of shape there, um, and dark on the tips. Yep. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, this is coming up to be a nice piece here. I think this will be fondly remembered by whoever sees it. Yep. I like drawing without intent sometimes. Get Dippy issue 2's out now. So there's what I got so far. It's backwards to me. I'm not sure if it'll be forwards on the playback, or if everything is backwards, or I need to reverse it or what, but hey, who knows? Anyway, that's how it looks. Anywho, yeah, it's an interesting thing to be live on here. It's been a while. It's been a while since I was in an interactive format on the internet, because some people just can't handle that, I guess. It gets annoying. And I do like an interactive element to the internet, but some people just abuse that. Some people misuse it. Some people use it to spread negative rumors and general negativity, and I'm not about that. So I've been reluctant. To try, but I'm on the road to 1,000 subs, baby, and I'm going to be there pretty soon. So may as well interact with you while I'm still small, because once I'm in the big times, I'll be in the big times, as it is. It's pretty neat down here. I like it. Every so often, I look at my face and I either think I'm getting skinny, I think I'm getting like really thin because I have a very tapered jaw, or I'm getting fat, but I can't tell. And also, it matters whether my hair is in a ponytail or not, because when it's out like this, I just look a lot larger and wider. Not wider as in color, but wider as in width. Um, but when it's in a ponytail, I generally look thinner. It's kind of an optical thing, I guess. Someone coming down here? I guess one last thing before I get off. This is sort of important to any Denverites out there, because I'm currently campaigning for this. This is an important cause, and I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention this in my Halloween live stream, because this is scary. The Mercury Cafe Union is currently issuing a boycott of the Mercury Cafe until their demands are met. And I think it's very important, as a Denverite, as a member of the arts community here, as someone who gives a shit about local affairs, to boycott the Mercury Cafe until their demands are met, until they have a good meeting with management and all their concerns are addressed. I think that's an important thing to mention. Not enough people are willing to do it. Not enough people are willing to just boycott a place for a little while. That's why I'm here at Hooked. But yeah, it's important to boycott businesses that treat their workers like shit. It's important to campaign for basic human rights. I think the situation at the Mercury Cafe currently is fucking embarrassing. And I think we as Denverites can do a lot better. This doesn't apply to you if you're not a Denverite, but if you are, don't go to the Mercury Cafe until the Mercury Cafe Union says it's okay to. Once they say it's okay to, I'll be heading right back there and keeping up with the tunes. But I will not be attending a single open mic. I will not be gifting that place with my presence until their demands are met. That's just basic decency. Freaking phone call. Anyway, so that's I feel that's worth mentioning. Support the Mercury Cafe Union. It's very important to do so. I would be totally insane if, as a local, creative writer, actor, musician, obviously, I didn't unequivocally voice my support for the union, because it is very, very important that they succeed. It's very important that their demands are met, because that would lead to an actual functional ecosystem. I'm not sure if that annoying ringing shows up on the live like a junk call from credit union or something. That's the magic of a live stream. I forgot how fun this was. And that too. But I'm just about done here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I would say, if you care about Denver art, if you care about productivity, creativity, if you care about having a functional economy that pays its workers good, support the Mercury Cafe Union. There's literally no reason not to do that, and not to boycott the Mercury Cafe. As much as I hate to do it, I like the spot. It's great. It has wonderful sound. Best sound in town. Wonderful acoustics. I never sound better than when I am performing on stage at the Mercury Cafe. I just can't bring myself to go there when they treat their workers this fucking incompetently. And the owners should be fucking embarrassed of themselves to let things get this bad, to the point where, like, there even is an urge for a boycott. It doesn't need to be this way. This is fucking stupid. Denver just needs to up its fucking game. People here need to actually give a shit and know how to run a business. With this jackass who runs Merc Cafe now, Danny Newman, I guess he's like this fucking millionaire wacko, and he thinks he can just run local businesses like his fucking skate park. All it says in all the articles about him is he used to fucking skateboard. I never skateboarded when I was young. I drew comics. But I guess he thinks he can treat the city like his own personal skate park and just take a lax attitude to everything. When you run a business, you have to treat your employees good. Sorry, you can't just treat the world like your own personal skate park. Me, I can treat the world like a skate park because I don't employ anyone. I work entirely on my own, and I'm very proud of that. that I just kind of do my own thing. I make a habit of it not to like have control over other people's lives. Once you do, once you have a say in how other people spend their time and how they get paid, it's up to you to make sure that they, their demands are met and they feel good working where they do, and take pride in their work. And if they can't, if it's just a total clown show and you have no fucking idea what you're doing, like, you should be fired. Like, you literally have no place running a business. It's embarrassing. Denver is a hotbed right now. It is the hot seat. It's the center of activity. I like being here. I like being here when things are happening. I like being here when history is being made. I'm all here for that. But seriously, support local unions. There's no reason not to support local unions. It's a good fucking idea. It creates a better future for everyone. It creates equal opportunity. It creates equality. It creates diversity, all that good stuff. It really makes for a great time all around, and there's no reason not to. Me personally, I've been through a rough week, to say the least, and I've kind of been ousted by the local music circle or whatever, for totally bullshit reasons. I think too many musicians locally are just like up their own ass and are just like, oh, I'm important. Oh, I'm the best around. If you're really the best around, you'll become concerned and invested in local issues like Merc Cafe Union. That's very important to be invested in, and not just be like I'm the hot shit. I got some email a couple days back from someone was like, "Oh, you're not famous, Nick. You're not Pig Splitter. You're not famous like Pig Splitter." Yeah, I'm famous like fucking Neil Cassidy, bitch. I'm maybe not famous like Pig Splitter. I've never heard of Pig Splitter. I don't care about Pig Splitter. That doesn't sound like the type of music I personally would listen to, even. But if you're Pig Splitter, if you're watching this, perchance, support the Mercury Cafe Union. All bands and musicians should just not play at the Mercury Cafe until their demands are met. That's a basic, very basic, simple thing to ask. All right, anyone in the live chat? I got like 2 minutes here. Then I'm gonna end it. But it's been a good stream. Happy fucking Halloween. Happy Halloween here from Nicholas Comics. It's gonna be a good Halloween. I'm in a good mood now that I've had the chance to draw and everything. So, yeah. But any last questions? Any final thoughts? Now's the time. I've been on for 58 minutes. 58 minutes down here in the dungeon, and I'm ready to go because I have comics to print. I got Get Dippy issue 2 to print. That's very important, and it looks phenomenal. The cover, high quality acrylic paint. Not in the copies, obviously, just in the original, but it looks so bright and spectacular. If you want to order Get Dippy's issues 1 or 2, 5 for just one of those, 10 for both, write to Nicholas Cicada, 1424 Columbine Street, number 1, Denver, Colorado, 80206, and Get Dippy. Because Get Dippy is the big new phenom. It's the big new comics, big new name in comics. You're going to see it. You're going to get dippy. You're going to get dipped. It's going to happen, yo. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, as a public figure, I feel it's very important to voice my endorsement of the Merc Cafe Union. I'm done pretending like I care about not supporting it, because I absolutely fucking do. There's no reason not to support your local union. And I've been offered a thing there where I can host the open mic. I'd make like $60 a month, but honestly, it's really not worth $60 a month to sacrifice my integrity like that. I sell plenty of comics anyway at this point, and so if I don't get to host open mic, maybe I'll get to open mic somewhere else. Whatever. Or Merc Cafe might not even exist in a year, so who cares? But no, I'm not gonna just sell out the union just for a couple extra spending money every month. I think that's stupid. Support the Mercury Cafe Union. I think that's a very important message. Okay, well, there's nobody on. Sounds like someone might be coming down. It sounds pretty crowded upstairs, so they might start spilling down here. Anyway, thanks to everyone who did pop on the live stream. And thanks especially for the question about stand-up comedy, because that's an interesting subject. I might make a video about that eventually, about like stand-up comedy versus sketch comedy or something. It's an interesting topic. Yeah, thanks for tuning in to the Halloween live stream here at Nicholas Flippin' Comics Extravaganza. We got good Halloween releases, and even though there's not going to be a Halloween special on this channel, I hear Ellis has something cooking up, so might want to tune into Hypnagogic Archive tonight. Okay, that's all for today. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's the time of year when the dead walk the earth, and it's the most important holiday to me as an atheist. I take it very seriously. It's very sacred to me to observe the Halloween festivities. So I'm going to go do just that. Hang up the decorations, carve my pumpkin, get that candy. All right, I'll see everyone in the next one, if there is a next one. I might do more of these. You never know. Okay, bye.